Good morning, children. So let's continue the lesson from the topic effect of human activities on environment. Before that, no, there is a picture given over there. Two pictures are there. It's written ozone layer and its depletion. These two diagrams, you draw it in your notebooks also. And see the way they have shown. In this picture, you can very well imagine this is the layer of ozone and these are the harmful solar ultraviolet rays. Ozone layer is protecting the earth from these solar ultraviolet rays to get inside, and this is being done because everywhere there is greenery, there is no factories over there, there are no factories or anything which is creating pollution. In this picture you can find out there are factories emitting the pollution, the poisonous gases, then the atomic researches and all those things, chlorofluorocarbon is there. So this all is creating pollution which are creating holes there in the ozone layer, and from these holes the solar ultraviolet radiation can enter the atmosphere which can cause so many diseases. So we are going to learn about this more in detail. So let's start doing it. Effect of human activities on the environment. The rapid growth in human activities for the sake of development has adversely affected our land, forest, water, atmosphere and environment as a whole. Our exploitation of the gifts of the nature has created a chaos in the environment. Our rivers are either dead or all dried up. The level of groundwater is also going down because of too much pumping of the water. It is important to strike a balance between our environment and industrial development, otherwise we may face serious environmental hazards. The dangers like ozone layer depletion, the way I was telling you, global warming means more heat up, and climate change, there would be climatic changes also. So this is very important, children. As children know, and as we can also contribute by not wasting the water. By small activities, you can turn off the tap when it is not required, even while doing the brush. So that's time, if you don't require the water, that time you can turn off and just on when you want to do the garglings. Ozone depletion. The earth is wrapped in the blanket of the air called atmosphere, which is made up of several layers. Above 19 to 30 kilometers above the earth is the layer of the gas called ozone. See, this kind of the layer is there, which is part of oxygen. The ozone layer is very important because it stops too many of the sun ultraviolet rays, UV rays in short form we say, from getting through to the earth. Too much UV rays can cause skin cancer and also harmful for plants and animals. Recently, all around the world, there has been a widespread use of chlorofluorocarbons. So please underline chlorofluorocarbons. This is only causing that. CFCs is the short form of that, are used to keep things cold and in making foams and soaps. Strong winds carry CFC up to the stratosphere where UV radiations break them apart, releasing chlorine atoms. The chlorine from CFC reduces the amount of ozone in the stratosphere. Other ozone-eating chemicals are pesticides like methyl bromide, halogens used in fire extinguisher, etc. So all these are creating these holes. The ozone layer or the ozone hole, these type of holes are being created. So let's read more about these holes. Every spring a hole as big as the USA develops in the ozone layer. Every spring a hole as big as the USA, this kind of area in the ozone layer over Antarctica in the South Pole. A smaller hole develops each year over the Arctic at the North Pole. So this kind of holes are started creating now, and there are signs that the ozone layer is getting thinner all over the planet. The ozone layer is like the sunscreen, and the thinning of it would mean that more ultraviolet rays would be reaching us. Too much exposure to ultraviolet rays is dangerous to our eyes and skin. So this we really have to think about. Now the global warming, the earth is getting heated up more and more. Global warming relates to the rising of the average temperature on the earth. It affects the overall climate of the earth rather than